Hi, we're Megan and Sam, and we're two occupational therapy students at Nazareth College.
We're here today to prepare and inform you in case something comes up in your life where you might need occupational therapy.
The purpose of occupational therapy is to enable people of all ages to live life to its fullest by helping them promote health and prevent injury, illness, and disability.
The definition of occupation is the everyday personalized activities that people do as individuals, in families, and with communities to occupy time and bring meaning and purpose to life. Occupations can involve the execution of multiple activities for completion and can result in various outcomes. The OTPF4 framework identifies a broad range of occupations categorized as activities of daily living, instrumental activities of daily living, health management, rest and sleep, education, work, play, leisure, and social participation.
This one for them good girls, straight masterpieces.
An example of the occupation of social participation could include an occupational therapist working with a client on the skills needed to attend church.
An example of play that an occupational therapist might work on with older adults is playing cards. An example of an ADL that an occupational therapist might work on with a patient is dressing. For example, an injured patient might have difficulty putting a jacket on.
A popular leisure activity for the geriatric population is reading. If a client has trouble reading books, an occupational therapist might help them with adaptive equipment. This could include getting larger print books or possibly glasses.
Since most of the geriatric population is retired, one form of work that an occupational therapist might work on with a patient is writing a birthday card for a loved one.
An occupation an occupational therapist might help you with is health management. This could include organizing a pill case for a client that continuously forgets to take their medication. Another occupation that an occupational therapist might help you with is rest and sleep. This could include setting up a bedtime routine to help optimize sleep.
The way an occupational therapist incorporates the occupation of education is to educate the caregivers about the patient's diagnosis. For example, dementia results from impaired cognition due to the damage to the brain.
An example of something you might work with an occupational therapist after an injury is an IADL. For example, if you have a dog, getting back to being able to walk her like you once did before.
Although we talked a lot about the geriatric population, occupational therapists work with anyone across the lifespan. Another important aspect of OT is family-centered care. So don't be surprised if the occupational therapist you're working with involves your family in on the conversations.
It might be confusing the first time you get OT services because oftentimes OTs work interprofessionally with other professions, for example, PT and speech-language pathology. So we're going to go over some of the differences and what each one will mainly be focusing on so your first time is as least confusing as possible. So PT's goal is to restore mobility, and they help patients after an injury, surgery, or disease. They evaluate and diagnose difficulties in movement to improve muscles and joints, and they teach a patient how to manage their condition for optimal movement. An OT, on the other hand, main goal is improving a person's ability to perform the meaningful actions in daily life and correcting a physical problem. This teaches a client to incorporate new life skills and tools to help them perform daily tasks such as bathing, feeding, or dressing. And finally, speech-language pathologists work with clients to communicate with the world around them. Some speech-language pathologists help clients with swallowing, chewing, or lip movement.
Can follow without love. Life is Doris Day at the Apollo.
Thank you for watching. We hope this video was fun and informative and provided you with information on what to expect if you ever receive services from an occupational therapist.